LinkedIn will change forever in 2026, and most people are preparing in the wrong way. I spoke to a coach last week, and she was asking me how she could improve her content. The first question she asked me was, what time should I be posting? Some people tell me 4 p.m.'s better, some people tell me that 8 a.m.'s better. And the first thing that I did was ask her, how many DMs have you sent this week? So she opened up her LinkedIn, showed me her DMs, and there were four DMs in a whole week, and only 2 of those were about her actual services. Now, this is the problem that we've got on LinkedIn. You can't just be in there trying to game the algorithm and thinking that it's going to mean endless inbound leads, even though that's what most of the people selling courses will tell you should do. Now, why should you listen to me? Well, I've made over $100,000 on LinkedIn in the last 12 months, and I've increased my following by 150% since January. I also worked with over 50 coaches over this year, helping them to get 3 calls a week, and I manage more than 10 accounts every day. So I see on the ground what's happening in people's LinkedIn accounts as we go. Today, I'm going to show you the 6 things that are changing, but more importantly, I'm going to show you how you can prepare yourself for those changes and make sure you get ahead of the curve in 2026. So let's get down to it. The first thing I want to tell you about is that the algorithm chasing is killing your business. Now, think about it like this. As a coach, the business that you operate is very, very relationship focused. It's not a numbers game. Going viral really doesn't make any difference to you and your business. It's not like you're selling a $10 product and you need thousands and thousands of people to see it for you to make a profit. Most of you are after high ticket clients, and high ticket clients don't come because of virality. So don't worry about going viral. I spoke to someone the other day and he was telling me how he knew this guy. He was a LinkedIn coach. He spent 6 hours a day on there. He knew all about the algorithm, all the latest things. And he was saying that commenting on people's stuff was no longer a thing and it didn't help the algorithm. And then in the same breath, this coach told me that his business is all about face-to-face conversation and that really what he wants is more conversations with people. So why are you chasing the algorithm? If you go and comment on someone's stuff with genuine curiosity, they're going to feel that level of relationship build with you. And if you continue to be genuinely interested in that person, when you reach out and send them a DM and ask for a coffee, they're going to say yes. If you go onto Facebook or Instagram or TikTok or any of these places, there are thousands and thousands of your ideal clients on there posting their opinions and their content. If you take the time to find these people and to engage with them on a genuine human-to-human level, you're going to get conversations. So don't spend all of your time worried about the algorithm and thinking, oh, how can I get more impressions? Because it just doesn't make any difference to your business and what you're trying to do. In reality, most algorithm hackers don't make any money. They tell you they do, but in actual fact, they don't. And now there's another problem because, as I'm sure you've noticed, reach on LinkedIn is down across the board. One of the reasons is that if you imagine before we had this great thing called AI, artificial intelligence, people that posted either could afford someone to do their writing for them, or they were a very well-trained copywriter, or they'd learned to do it themselves. And it used to take a lot of time to do. Now, that's not the case. Everybody can produce content relatively quickly. Some of it's not very good, but still they can. And that's flooding the algorithms. And LinkedIn's algorithm has not figured out how to categorize this stuff yet. So you're fighting against all of these different people, which is why our impressions are so much lower. But again, if you don't worry about the algorithm and you focus on proper conversations, you're going to end up in a much better place because it doesn't matter about the content then. You're not trying to game the algorithm. It's about you posting quality stuff that people will start to see because you've engaged with their profile and you've started a conversation. It's like being at a party. If you were in the corner at a party and you started shouting at the top of your voice, hey, everybody, pay attention to me, everyone's going to think you're a weirdo and they're going to leave. But if you go around and you start talking to people and asking questions, genuinely trying to get to know people, you're going to come away with friends, people that you want to catch up with again. And it's exactly the same on LinkedIn. So don't focus so much on the algorithm. The real metric that you need to think about is how many conversations are you having? Conversations is always better than impressions. And just count that, right? How many conversations have I started this week? How many calls have I booked? And then more importantly, how many of those people have become my clients? The real metric is, are you getting 3 to 6 book calls a week? And if you're not, then figure out what's going on there. Point number 2, I alluded to earlier, but it's become a massive thing recently, and that's the AI slop problem. Now, I take the odd photo on my iPhone and I think they're excellent, and I really bother my friend Michael because I send him the photo. He's a professional photographer. He looks at it and he's like, it's not really as good. I might have put this here and put that there. And that's exactly what's happening with copywriting now. People think that they're all amazing copywriters because they can go into AI and type, oh, please write me a post about this and thought leadership so that it gets me impressions and views. Put yourself as a top 0.1% copywriter, and they think that that's going to make a difference. They don't put any of their original thought in, there's no frameworks, and it's all full of stuff like, here's the truth, sound familiar, you name it, right? The worst one for me is when people put a title at the top and it says, I got this from ChatGPT, please spend 5 minutes reading this rubbish. Just stop. AI is everywhere now, and it's mostly soulless. And even if you think is a good quality AI post, humans are literally pattern reading machines. So we see these patterns over and over again. Do you remember these things from the 90s? It's called a magic eye. And how do they work? Well, you stare at them, and at the beginning it just looks like a big mess and you can't see anything in the picture, but eventually a monkey or something will appear, and once you've seen that monkey, you can't unsee it. And that's what AI content is like. We're seeing the same patterns again and again and again all over the feed, and it's rubbish. And even if you're using it, you need to take away those patterns so people can't see it in your content. Sit there and think about what your experience is, what you really want to say, what's the one point you want to get across, what frameworks you're going to use, and give all that experience to the AI. A really good way to do it is by voice notes. If you start recording your idea, AI can already get a flavor of your voice, and you put that through a framework, you're going to stand out amongst the crap of so many people that don't take their time over their AI content. So try it. Trust me, you'll get much, much better results. And I don't mean more impressions. I mean more people wanting to work with you. The third thing to keep an eye out for is the spam tsunami that we live in. If you go into your inbox today, you're going to see a whole host of pitch slaps, people trying to offer you all these things, and it's just a mess. Most of these people have no idea how your business operates. So they'll be saying things like, I can get you 100 leads this week. And they have no idea what it takes to coach. Because if you're coaching, you don't have time for 100 clients. Well, imagine if you were doing 1 hour with each one of those clients, and you did that for a whole week. Like, that's 100 hours of time, which sounds more like a prison sentence than a job. Granted, you are sat in your own office. But so many promises that come in those inbox, it's ridiculous. You know straight away when you see it. So why do you think those tactics would work for you? I'm going to pose a challenge here. Why not go into the inbox, and instead of sending an instant pitch or doing a long conversation that eventually leads to a pitch, just show some genuine curiosity. Start asking some questions and figuring out with curiosity what they do, if you even have something that you might be able to help them with, and whether there's any common ground there before you even bother starting to pitch your services. Maybe get them on a date first before you start, take them for dinner. There's no reason to just go straight in with this, oh, buy my stuff, because nobody responds to that anymore. We're all so tired and jaded of it that the best thing you can do to cut through is being the actual human. Now, I'm not saying you're not going to hit resistance, because some people will think that you're pitching them anyway, but go in there and have a genuine conversation. Try and get onto a call like a virtual coffee or a discovery call if they are open to it, and treat it like networking. LinkedIn is a 24/7 networking platform full of people that want to have conversations and want to get involved with other people. So use it for what it is. Don't just treat it like a place to spam and get clients, because it will not work. The fourth big change that's coming is the shelf life of content. Now, it used to be that you posted something, and if it wasn't there within the first 20 minutes, it kind of went off like cream cakes in the sun, and there's no way that it's ever going to surface again. And as a result of that, the strategy used to be to post regularly, often. Keep posting, like maybe 2 times a day, repost your content, all of this stuff that everybody tells you. Now, That does not work anymore, and I'm sure you've noticed it. If you go to your feed on LinkedIn, you'll start to see posts that are 1, 2, even 3 weeks old. So what does that mean for you? Well, you need to be really, really intentional about the quality of the content that you're posting. And you need to make sure that the ideas and the insights that you're sharing can stand the test of time. And if somebody reads it 3 weeks later, they're still going to think that it's a good insight. So really think about that. Don't post just because it feels like you've got a gun to your head and you have to post something every single day. Just make sure that what you are posting is of high quality and that you're not looking back at it and feeling like you wish you'd never posted it in the first place. Content now has a longer shelf life, which means you're putting it out there and you're getting more value for that in the days and weeks after you've posted it. So let's go to part 5. Now, organic reach is down on LinkedIn. We're all seeing it. I'm seeing it across all of the accounts that I manage and all of the clients that I work with. So it isn't just you. The reach situation on LinkedIn is terrible. But to be honest, who cares? Reach is not the measurement, as we discussed earlier in the video. So don't let it downhearten you and make you stop posting or starting to think that you should maybe move to other platforms. LinkedIn is still the #1 place to be, and revenue is greater than reach. If I have a shop, do I count how many people walk past my window, or do I count how many people come in and buy something from me? Of course, it's how many people buy something from me. So why would I care about my reach being a little bit down? It's not about going viral, kids. We don't want to be celebrities. We want to make money in business. And the final section, section 6 of what's changing next year, is all about remembering that LinkedIn is a relationship ecosystem. It's not about building big audiences anymore. It's about building a following that wants to see what you post every single day. It's about building relationships and a proper community and a network through LinkedIn. And that requires us to think differently about how we show up on the platform. Your ecosystem is built through comments, through connections, and through sharing your information and your knowledge with other people. Look for others that you can collaborate with. Look for people that are serving the same audience as you, but with a different thing. And cross-pollinate each other's content. Go on each other's podcasts, ask if you can post for them, and let them post for you sometimes so that you can share the audience and build an even better ecosystem where everybody wins. At the end of the day, if you can build good relationships like this, your business will thrive. Spend the time building and curating those relationships on LinkedIn, and it will pay you back tenfold. Another thing you can do is, if you have a team, get them to post as well. Get them to post content that's relevant to what you do. Have them involved in the social media process. Think of it as like having an army of people that are going and talking about the same things that you talk about, so that more people will be brought into your network and then become customers of yours in the longer run. Remember that the algorithm is like a weather system, but the relationships are like the infrastructure. And if you build the infrastructure, it always pays off in the long run. Now, if you want content that sounds like you, like I've talked about in this video, and you want to avoid producing AI slop, if you look in the description, you'll see that I've put together a free content guide that you can use to produce high quality content that people will look at and they'll want to have a conversation with you. I've also put my community down below, which, if you want the full DM structures and everything else that I produce related to LinkedIn with AI, you can come and join our community. And finally, my newsletter's down there as well, and I give all the insights in my newsletter that I don't post anywhere else online. So if you want to join that, it's totally free, and it will teach you how to become a client magnet. Thanks for watching. If you've enjoyed this, give it a like and a subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.